All right, Shalom. Before I get started, Barakati Yahweh, Barakati Yahweh, Barakati Yahweh, Barakati Yahweh, Barakati Yahweh, Barakati Yahweh, Kal Halal Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh, Bahashem, Rachakadash. Secondly, I want to give double honors to the elders apostles of Great Millstone, rule well and teach well, and who are the true leaders of Israel today. I also like to give another shout out to you, sincere. Salaki, I also like to give another shout out to the head of the Man of Israel camp, Ak Kazak, whom I teach under, down here in Greenville, South Carolina. I also like to give another shout out to you, Shasir Akim, throughout the four corners of the earth that's pushing this truth and all sincerity and righteousness in these last days. I also like to give another shout out to you Israelite foreigners that's looking like the other heathen nations causing confusion, coming back to your heritage in these last days. And I also like to give a quick shout out to you few outwalk, you sisters out there that stand in order and doing what y'all need to do in these last days. All right. To y'all, like to say shalom, right? And I'm gonna go do a little quick lesson. Shouldn't be long. I'm just gonna hit on two scriptures, cause I was just thinking, and pretty much, you brothers, you Akim, don't stress about different situations, man. Whether if it be money, your real giving you hell, or your baby mama giving you hell, or you going through different trials and tribulation. Don't worry, man. Give it up to the Lord, man, because there's nothing you could do unless you give it to the Lord and pray about it, man. All right, because if you try to take the situation in your own hand, the only thing you're gonna do is stress yourself out even more. And sometimes I stress myself out sometimes, but I try not to. And that will really, pretty much inspire me to do this video, man. All right, and Lord willing, it'd be edifying to you brothers, man, or you few sisters out there. Because I know sometimes, y'all might be going through different situations. And you feel like you just want to give up and just say, fuck it, But, we understand that, that we're going to have to go through different trials and tribulations, to enter into the kingdom, man. It's only right. 2/3, they not casting their burdens upon the Lord. They doing what they want to do. You see what I'm saying? We got to cast our problems to the Lord, man, because He can handle it, man. All right, you can't you can't just limit the Lord in a box, man. All right. So the first scripture I'm going to get is matter of fact, I'm gonna get this one first. 1 Peter chapter 5 and verse 7. It says, "Casting all your care upon Him, for He cared for you." You see that? The Lord said, casting all your care upon Him. All the things that you're thinking about or worrying about, cast it upon Him. He said, why? Because for He cared for you. The Lord, if you're a part of the Lord's elect, whether you don't believe so, hey, still have that faith that the Lord's still dealing with you. But the Lord said, for He cared for you, man. If you're a part of the Lord's elect, guess what? He's gonna care for you, and guess what? He's gonna do for you, man. All right, the Lord ain't gonna just leave His elect confounded, man. All right, matter of fact, a good precept is I believe it's in if I'm not mistaken, it's either in Esdras or Sirach. It's in one of those two books. When he said, "Look at the generation of old and see did any trust in the Lord and was ever confounded." Roughly paraphrasing. You see that? So you're supposed to cast all your burdens, everything you got, into the Lord, man. Don't try to take matters into your own hand, because when you try to take matters into your own hand, it's not gonna, benefit you, because you might do something wrong instead of giving it to the Lord and let the Lord deal with it, man. Because the Lord understands, it's like if the Lord understands what you're going through better than what you're going into, because the Lord had that happen to you, man. So the only person that can help you is the Lord, or the Lord might send a brother to help you, or just send a random to help you. But guess what? The Lord is going to help you at the end of the day. Why? Because like the scripture say, for He cared for you. He cared for His elect, man. He's going to make sure His elect good, on this side and in the kingdom. You see? Let me read that one more time. Matter of fact, let me see something. Salakia. Somebody had called. But let me go back and read it one more time. 1 Peter 5 and 7. It says, casting all, meaning everything, man. Everything, all the shit you was dealing with, cast it upon Him, man. Cast it upon the Lord. The Lord, the one that has you go through it. So don't you think he's the one that can get you out of the situation, man? But it says, casting all your care upon Him. Upon who? Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, man. It says, for He cared. He cared You see that? He cared. When you care for somebody, you're going to do for that person, right? The same with the Lord. If he cared for you and you're a part of his elect, the great multitude, guess what? The Lord's going to do for you. He's going to provide for you, man. All right? It says, for he cared for you. And if I'm not mistaken, it's a scripture in the Apocrypha that say he cared for his elect, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. Wisdom of Solomon 3:9. They that put their trust in him shall understand the truth, and such as be faithful in love shall abide with him. For grace and mercy is to his saints, and he hath care for his elect. You see that? You see that? The Lord said he got care for his elect. So if you're a part of the Lord's elect and you going through hell or going through different adversities, you going through different burdens and shit, guess what? The Lord's gonna do for you because he got care for his elect. And not only that, you doing the will of the Lord at that, man. You're not being slothful. You're not, just being a nigga. The Lord's gonna do for you, man. Like I always say, man, if you doing for the Lord's gonna do for you, man. Point blank, period. No matter the situation, no matter how hard you think it is, guess what? The Lord's gonna pull you out of it, man. Like I always say, man, I always mention stories. You don't think Meshach, Abednego, and Simrak, you don't think they were scared as hell? Well, they probably wasn't, but they had that faith that the Lord was gonna deliver them, from that burning furnace, because they had the faith that the Lord was gonna deliver them. The same thing with us. When we cast all our care to the Lord, guess what? We gotta have faith that he's gonna deliver us from it as well, But we'll close out with this because I'm about to get ready to do a lesson with the brothers real quick. I told them that this lesson wasn't going to be too long. It was going to be straight to the point. But anyway, Psalms 55 verse 22, it says, cast thy burden. Now let's look up that word burden real quick, even though we know what it means. But, for edification's sake, we just want to go into words, it says a load, typically a heavy one, when you go, it's like, voice had to get cleared out. But, like it says, a load, typically a heavy one. When you're going through hell, you're going through all those different trials and tribulations, it feel like a big ass burden on it. It feel like a damn, if you ever lift weights, or you ever did lift the weights with squats, you got all that weight on your back. That's how you feeling spiritually, man. You like, damn, I keep going through hell. I can't keep carrying this heavy load. It's bringing me down, man. So it says, cast thy burden, meaning casting that heavy load you got on your back to the Lord. It says, cast thy burden upon the Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, and he shall sustain thee, right? Let's go into that word sustain. If I'm not mistaken, sustain means pretty much the help, right? So when you cast that burden upon the Lord, he said he's going to sustain thee. And that word sustain means strengthen or support physically or mentally. You see that the Lord, whether you hurting physically or whether you going through stuff mentally, the Lord's going to help you, man. It's similar. The word similar, not the word similar. The similar definitions they got, words they got. It says the comfort, help, assist. He's gonna help you what? During your trials and tribulations that you gonna have to face in your life, man. You see that? That's beautiful. Psalms 55 and 22. It says, cast thy burden upon the Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, and he shall sustain thee, meaning help thee. He should never suffer the righteous, which is the elect, right? Because only the elect is righteous, to the best of their ability. It's definitely ain't talking about the so-called white man or these other heathen nations, and it ain't talking about Eve as well. It's talking about the elect. All right, that's righteous. Matter of fact, King Solomon on his own mount even said, righteous man, I only found one, roughly paraphrasing. I'm gonna roughly paraphrase it. I believe it's in the book of Ecclesiastes, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Ecclesiastes, if I'm not mistaken. don't think it's in Songs of Solomon. I believe it's in Ecclesiastes, but I'm not gonna get it. But yeah, I'm gonna roughly paraphrase it. When the Lord, because like I said, it says the righteous to be moved. Like I said, the righteous is talking about the elect, right? And like I was saying, King Solomon said out his own mouth that that out of a, roughly paraphrasing, out of 100 man, he only found one righteous out of every 100 man or something like that. And then said out of the woman, he found none. So that's how we know this righteous is talking about the elect. I heard the 144,000. It says he should never suffer the righteous. It says never. He should never suffer the righteous to be moved, meaning be brought low. Well, we're gonna be brought low, but the I'm trying to think of a word I can use. Matter of fact, let me see something. Let me go into that word move in Blue Letter real quick. It says to totter, shake, slip, to totter, shake, slip, to be shaken, to be moved, be overthrown, to dislodge, let fall, drop, to be greatly shaken. You see that? So the Lord ain't gonna let you fall and you ain't gonna be able to get back up, pretty much. You know, you might be brought low, but guess what? The Lord's gonna, eventually He gonna, do for you where you're able to stand on your 2 feet again, because I'm pretty sure every brother has been at their low, once upon a time in this ministry. But guess what? The Lord gonna put a spirit on you, or do something for you to get back up. You see that? So when he said he should never suffer the righteous to be moved, that's what he meant. Meaning he's not gonna let you just be depressed 24/7, have that burden on you 24/7, man. No, he's gonna cast that burden off you once he see that, you doing what you need to do, But, Lord, wasn't this quick little exhortation was edifying? And we're gonna close out with giving our praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rachakadash. Shalom to the next time. Shalom.